Here are 3 pros to the New York Knicks trading Mitchell Robinson by the trade deadline. First, this has always been my stance and will always be my stance. The best ability is availability. And I love Mitchell Robinson and I think he's a great player, but his availability has been an issue. And let's be real, if you look at the history of big men with injuries in the NBA, especially with foot and leg injuries, those continue to be an issue throughout their career. So as much as I like Mitchell Robinson, his availability is the most important thing. If he was mostly available, I wouldn't even have a single con to bring up. Second, yes, we could use his skill sets, but let's be real. We are winning without them right now. Huck Porty continues to show that he has similar skill sets. And yes, they may not be as great as Mitchell Robinson's skill sets or as polished, but there are a lot of similarities, and he is faster and more agile on his feet than Mitchell Robinson is. So in the areas that he falls short compared to Mitch, he has other areas that are better strong suits. And Huck Porty played really well alongside Karl-Anthony Towns the other day, which showed a lot of promise of what that duo could look like. And then third, teams could really use him throughout the NBA. Number 3, teams could really use his skill sets in the second half of the season. Not saying that we can't, but since teams can use his skill set, that'll give him a little more value for us, and we can focus on something that we really need, which is a backup wing, a very good backup wing. Because let's be honest, OG Anunoby, as much as we all love him and as great as he has some injury history, and I think it's important that we get a backup wing so we can release him from some of those minutes. That's not me being the minutes police, that's just me acknowledging that he has an injury history and trying to be preventative from that happening again as we try to make a push in the playoffs. So those are my 3 reasons that I think the New York Knicks should consider a Mitchell Robinson trade. Here are my 3 cons to the New York Knicks trading Mitchell Robinson before the deadline. First, offensive rebounds. Let's be honest, he is an elite offensive rebounder. There are not many in the game that can rebound the way that he can offensively. And it's going to be important that we get those second chance opportunities as we push through the season and make our way into the playoffs. When we play against teams that do have good defense and cause us to miss a few shots, it would be great to have those second and third chance opportunities that Mitchell Robinson affords us to have. Second, defensive pressure in the paint. Let's be real, we've seen a lot of games where teams are able to just take it to the basket without any threat of really being defended. And as much as I love Cat, he is a defensive liability a lot of times, especially in the paint. So being able to have Mitchell Robinson's presence back would make a huge impact on the second half of our season. And third, the flexibility of our roster. Against smaller teams, we'd be able to have Mitchell Robinson come off the bench and be that spark that we need. But against bigger teams, let's say we're playing against the Orlando Magic or the Lakers now or the Pistons or any team that just has wing and center depth, being able to pair him and Karl-Anthony Towns together would be a huge move for the second half of the season. Having the ability to play him and Cat together or space it out is huge, and it keeps teams guessing. It makes those teams, it forces their shooters to win the game. It doesn't give them easy buckets. So those are the 3 reasons that if I was the New York Knicks, I would consider not trading Mitchell Robinson.